We are recording.
Awesome.
Well, now that we're officially recording, hello.
Hi.
Again.
Good morning. Good to see you. Good to see you staying at home.
Yeah, I know, the studio. It's that space isn't behind you.
No, I just felt a little like too much daddish today, and I just felt like I needed to stay close to home. Just a lot of work to do. So cut the drive time, stay here, daughter's here. So just feeling like she likes my vibe when I'm around, So today I'm just chilling here. Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. Awesome. All right. So we didn't do the official opening. I'm so sorry. So this is the Wellness and Weight Loss for Women podcast.
Wait, I'm gonna change it today just for today and maybe permanently. Okay. The Wellness and Weight Loss for Women and the Men in Your Lives podcast. Because I'm getting good feedback from some guys too who are tuning in with their ladies and starting to listen on their own, because what we share it's universal. It
absolutely is.
It's really not gender specific, but we use that in the name to catch their attention, because we know the women are the first to want to do something about things. So yeah, so episode 35 we're at.
35.
All right. So do we have any opening notes that you want to cover before we get into our material?
Just that our live Zooms and everything we're zooming away, and it's awesome. It's really, really awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff happening for our local clients and for our larger audience that's not local, getting a lot of good feedback on those Zooms. And people who can't make the lives, there are plenty of them signing up for the Total Access Video on Demand portal to get access to the post recordings and replays to use in the future on their own schedule. And they're loving that. So that's awesome. So before we get into some really cool topics and knock these out, anybody tuning in here who is brand new, just coming across this, if somebody's sharing this with you because they love you so much, they want to share this with you, and you want to get access to some of our cool freebies, helpful things you could do at home, simple exercise routines you could start trying, recipe tips, other podcast episodes with awesome information because it's evergreen, go to fitnesstraining.live, right? Fitnesstraining.live. Just like it sounds, fitnesstraining.live, not .com, .live. You sign up there, it's free. You get a bunch of freebies. You'll get more than you could ever imagine that you'd be getting for free. And then if you want to come enter the rest of our worlds, if you're local, once all the fitness centers and health studios are allowed to open, you can come visit us locally, try out some of our free classes, small group personal training, maybe even one-on-one personal training. You can look into hiring us remotely. We do remote coaching, private coaching. We do small group remote coaching. We do consulting. We do corporate wellness. We have corporate wellness programs, especially now. They've gotten even better because of all the remote capabilities we've had to implement. So we can help just about anybody, period, because we're capable and we're unique.
Yeah.
That being said, right, Nick?
Yep. And if you're watching on Facebook Live or you're on Facebook right now, I just put in that fitnesstraining.live link underneath in that comment section. Check that out, and when we email out those, or you should see somewhere around where you have those links to access wherever you're watching.
All right. So we ready to get into some juicy material?
Let's get into it.
All right. So it's April 30th, 2020. We're in maybe toward the later part of the COVID-19 stay at home and stay safe period. We're not really sure, but we sense we're in the second half of it. So needless to say, everybody's been home a relatively long time. And there's been a shift toward people finding us and our online materials and our online community for all of our online offerings, because just about everything we do can be done at home. or at the office or when traveling. So naturally, our programs and our methodology is conducive to people having to stay away from their health clubs and fitness centers and forced to do their fitness at home. Some people have home gyms and fitness rooms, but a lot of people don't because they just go somewhere else to do it. So we've been one of those groups of people that they've been finding because of the nature of what we do. And some awesome things have been unfolding in the private Facebook group by way of the Total Access Video on Demand portal with all of our materials in there. And people are just like, some of them are saying they're happy that this happened because they would have never found us and our programs. And it's like their whole fitness lives just got like 10 times easier because not only are they getting better results in shorter amount of time than they ever have before, but they're like, I don't even have to go to the gym for all the equipment and the weights and bashing my body. And they're saying like, my body actually feels better. I have more energy to live the rest of my life instead of using all my energy in these crazy workouts, feeling like I'm beat up and still not getting the results I want. Mm-hmm. Here we are, we find you guys and we're using all these videos in your Total Access portal. And not only are we getting fast results, but we have awesome energy. Your workouts are like half the time all these other ones are, maybe less. And they're enjoyable to do. Like I actually look forward to doing these instead of dreading them. Right. And there's a lot of this going on. I'm giving you just like generalized examples, but we're starting to pick up momentum there. And this is awesome because we want our way of doing this to get out there to help more people, simplify their lives, give them a way of fitness that actually helps them and doesn't hurt them and gives them the results they're working toward and wanting. Right. So I made a few notes on all this unfolding that are worth talking about. One, with anybody who's been tuning in on a regular basis, but also for a newcomer who might just be tuning in right now live or who listens to this as a recorded episode, 2 weeks from now or 2 years from now even. It's still going to be evergreen and applicable. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that this is actually from a one-on-one client I'm working with, a remote one-on-one private client. She's doing awesome, like wildly awesome. I can't wait to share her story. One of the things that she was she says like brainwashed or dysfunctionally programmed to think of was that if you missed a workout on a day and you didn't get your fitness in on any given day, that you failed, you're a failure and you're going to lose results and you're going to go backwards. Okay. And like she admitted, like she was really, really upset about this, not only the whole day, but into the next day. So in our private coaching document, if we don't talk verbally that day, we have a private document log that we share notes in. And what I wrote to her, which is what we do, is we usually take highlighted notes and we cover them on the next private coaching call we have, right? Yep. But in the moment, what I wrote to her was that, since we started, you're getting the best results ever in your entire lifetime compared to anything else you ever tried. The fact that you're on a program that's so effective now and easier, what you haven't learned yet is that there's no such thing as a missed day that causes you to be a failure, or there's no such thing as you going backwards because you didn't exercise your body in a 24-hour period. I said, the fact that you're on such an awesome program and powerful program that delivers results, you actually benefit from missing a day here and there because your body gets extra recovery time and you're going to still make progress. You're not going to lose anything. Your body's actually going to become better because of those unplanned missed days. This is life. We all have these days. If I got out of shape because of any past missed days, you would see it in me. But I miss days here and there. It's just life. But our fitness results and our health and wellness results are not defined in one 24-hour period. We like to look at them on a weekly basis. Like, how did you do the whole week? Not one day, the whole week, right? And when you start to change that paradigm, one day doesn't make or break you. Like one day of forced rest is actually okay, as long as you're doing things right, which is what we guide people to do. And that includes the proper nutrition as well, not dieting, not crazy fad eating schemes, but proper, well-balanced nutrition, which most people still don't know what is because they're very confused and misled. But especially on the days when you quote unquote miss your workout, if you eat properly, like it's a win. Yeah. It's a win. And even if you mess up your eating a little bit, like, you know, there's nothing to get crazy over. You're still doing fine as long as you don't go off the rails totally. But if you keep your eating in the zone and your nutrition in a favorable range, then it's a perfect day still. You just didn't get a training session in, but the next day you will, and the day before you did. So nothing lost. So it's the call it the missing workout myth. The one day missed doesn't define success or define failure. Yeah. Right. So I mean, a lot of people don't know that.
And we've talked about this in a previous episode. The time where that one day becomes an issue is when that little one day changes the whole mindset and it turns into 2 days and 3 days and 4 days. And then when you look at your week, you've missed that week, or you've missed that couple weeks, or you've missed that month. But that one day doesn't, you're like I said, you need rest. Your body needs, you know, your body can handle it.
Right.
But it's that snowball when people get so down, and they, like I said, we've talked about this in a previous episode, is when you have the all or nothing mentality.
Yes.
And it's so disordered and it's dysfunctional, and it becomes, oh, I missed here, you know, my whole week is ruined, my whole month is ruined. Right. All right, next Monday, and that's where the issues.
Right.
So I love it.
Yeah. Yep, that's a good one. Good observation. There are a lot of people that fall into that trap. Oh, I messed up. I might as well just blow the rest of the week and then I'll start again. Mm-hmm. Right. And how many millions of people do that every week? Mm-hmm. So it's not necessary when you're following the right program. When you're following the right program, it's actually beneficial to quote unquote miss a day. Right. Good stuff there. All right. So the other one is the plateau myth. Somebody asked me about the plateau myth. And a lot of people think the plateau thing is true. And the way I explain it to people is that this thing about plateauing in your fitness progress is actually a scapegoat. You could take any average person and put them on any average mass market fitness program. And in the first few weeks to like 2 months, they're going to get some improvements if they don't get hurt. Right?
Right. Yep. Sorry, I'm getting over to our Facebook to make sure it's live.
That's okay. Any average person on any average run-of-the-mill fitness program, I won't name names, but just go take your pick out there on the mass market. They're going to get improvements. They're going to feel stronger. They're going to have some more energy. They're going to start feeling like they're toning up, maybe even dropping a little bit of weight. Some people actually gain weight, but that's another story. But everybody's going to make some progress in the first 3 weeks to 2 months, right? But then comes the plateau thing, right? And then, you know, the instructors are saying, well, you know, we have to change things up because everybody hits a plateau, you know, in the first few months, and maybe you're not working hard enough, or maybe you're not dieting hard enough, like all these excuses to support the plateau myth. Right. Which makes it even more dysfunctional, right? It's several layers of dysfunctional mentality and teaching. And the problem is, the plateau is not from any of that. It's just that you started something that is going to help a little bit in the beginning, but it's not going to continue to deliver results time after time, month after month for the long term. Yeah, you're going to plateau because the effectiveness of what you're doing is not designed for long-term progress. It's just a run-of-the-mill program that you either can't sustain, can't really keep up with, or the nutrition combination with the type of exercise program it is can only take you so far. Yeah. Right? And at that point, most people, because most of these programs are more hardcore and higher intensity, doesn't even matter which specific one you want to choose, but most of them have this thing about pushing harder or pushing more, right? And starting to eat in a faddish kind of, trendy fat loss way. Take your pick of the names. I'm not going to name names. What happens is they start to get like frustrated and burnt out and upset because they're working so hard and eating the way they're supposed to be, and yet the results are slowing way down. Like the changes are not happening anymore. Like what's going on, right? Truth is, those programs are fine short term, but long term, your approach has to be very different. It has to be conducive to nurturing the body to where you want it to get, but not forcing it and beating it up. So you will, because you're forcing your body with both the type of workouts and the type of dieting that you're doing, you are going to plateau. That's the truth. But the thought that it's actually normal and common and that you have to actually work even harder and diet more is all a myth. It's all bogus. This is the scapegoat myth. Plateau myth becomes the scapegoat. So the truth is, when you're doing the right things, you're training your body properly, the way we're supposed to be functionally training the body, the way we do our methods, and eat properly, not dieting or not extreme fad eating methods, but eating properly the way nature intended us to be fed by design, then things keep happening. There's no plateau. Things keep happening. As long as you maintain the lifestyle and based on values, intentions, and purpose, you will keep making progress. And sure, some tweaks and adjustments and progressions might need to be made along the way, but you will keep making progress as long as there's no underlying medical issue stopping you from making progress, which happens sometimes, and you just have to get things looked into and addressed. Mm-hmm. But that's the plateau myth busted. It's a funny one. We use that in inside jokes sometimes, the plateau myth. Oh, did you hit they must be hitting a plateau. Yeah, you got to change things up, and you probably have to drop your carbs even more so that there's almost none, right? And then you feel like crap because you have no energy because you're not eating carbohydrates. It just goes on and on and on. The silliest conversations. You hear people talking about this. It's silly. Yeah. So I made this note as I was jotting these down as the week was progressing toward today's episode. I just made this note, like reading all the comments in the private Facebook groups and all the people that are doing our programs now and our methods. Mm-hmm. And I'm reading all these awesome conversations unfolding between people. They're just gold. And I might read them on some of the next podcast episodes, because reading these people's words and experiences, it's like mm-hmm. aha moments for anybody tuning in. I know any stranger would hear this stuff and say, I need that. Like whatever they're doing, I need that. I got to get in there. Where do I get access? How do I join you guys? Where do I get on these programs? Because I know if I was, that's exactly what I would want to see and hear, and I'd be doing it. So I wrote this quote: everything you know about fitness is wrong. Or forget everything you thought you knew about fitness. And it's like I should write an article, or we should do a podcast episode, or we're actually doing it as time progresses. But most people actually need to forget everything they thought they've learned about fitness, about exercise, about nutrition, about recovery and rest, because it's just keeping people at these plateaus. What they thought was true, they need to forget. And in forgetting, you open yourself up to learning new stuff in a new way, and things you didn't know before that actually exist, but you just didn't know of them, or didn't know them, or didn't believe them until you try them. So, again, as more and more people are forced to be at home right now, and they're implementing our ways as their choice of fitness, a lot of these things are just becoming way more apparent, especially as I'm involved in the Facebook conversations, and you've seen some of them, or we just observe their conversations between themselves. It's awesome. And I'm cropping these out, copy pasting. These are going to be highlighting these mm-hmm. in newsletters and reading them in future episodes. So just really, really good stuff. Let's see, what else do I have here? Today's email that went out, if we're talking about this in real time, today's email that went out right before we get on, I actually copy pasted a bunch of them in there, just some good ones, some short ones. They're bigger, longer ones that I cannot fit into an email. They're just like comment after comment after comment and conversations unfolding, just so beautiful. What else? Yeah, so Thursday now, tomorrow we're doing two live sessions focused on flexibility, stretching, range of motion, recovery, energy boosting.
Are we open to the public?
Yeah, those are free, open to the public. Actually, the email I just sent out before we hopped on had I reminded everybody, those are open to anybody and everybody. The times, the link, the access, and if you can't make it in real time, we are recording them and they'll be uploaded into the Total Access Video on Demand portal for people who become members or are already members. They can have access to those, anytime they want to use them in the future, again and again. But anybody who can make it live tomorrow is in for a real treat with either one, with either Corinne or myself or both of them. You're in for a really awesome treat. Trust me. Flexibility and stretching has way more benefits than just increasing your range of motion. And you'll see that tomorrow if you can join us. What else? I think we're done here. I think we gotta get off the line here to give Kimberly the open lane, right, for the Zoom
class in a 6 minutes. So yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that's it. Anything else to wrap up, Nick?
No, I think you hit it on the head. I think we're on the right path. If you're trying us out, just check it out. If you're worried or you're concerned or you're thinking that we're saying something different, check it out. That's the easiest way to understand really what we're talking about.
Yep. All right. So if you're local, tuning in, doesn't matter if this is the day after or a year after, come find us at SCULPTAFIT.com or find us on Facebook, SCULPTAFIT on Facebook, SCULPTAFIT. Nick, what's your number where they can reach you or text you right now or in the future?
904-891-3680.
Very cool. And come find us. No matter where you are in the world, we can help you regardless of geography now. Mm-hmm. Get into our world. You'll be glad you did. And we would love to have you. All right. Peace, love, and light. Signing off. Take care. See you later, Nick.
Bye. Bye.